So, here we go. This is my first raid VOD, so bear with me, anyone who's tuning in, any critics, anyone at all. Alright, so we're just going to do a quick little review of the end of this game, just some things that we could have done better. I'm really just recording this for the VOD, not going to be checking chat, so if anyone's in here, might as well not really chat, because I will not be looking. I'm really just doing this for the VOD. This is for Frontlines, just a review of the end of our Enigma game. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. So just right off rip here, we're trying to channel everyone left. This was a bit of an issue. This was the right way to kind of push. The issue, what you'll see, is we kind of overcommitted to this side. We have some good plays. Timmy gets one, and right here we are just way too passive. We need to just be pouring in right here before they rotate. But we wait too long. The spawners catch up to us, as you can see them coming up the field. Just taking way too long. I essentially just kind of sell this play here, as do a couple of the rest of us, and we just all get wiped out. So we just gotta be really quick and decisive with these. We really just have to, if we're gonna make this pinch, we have to push very quick. We gotta really just kind of get in there. And one of the main issues here is they kill us here, they know we're all dead, and now they could shift their attention to the push that we're trying to do right over here. And a staggered push just stands absolutely no chance. I mean, they're literally just getting beamed by the whole team now. So, going a bit forward, we gotta all get back up the field. Bear with me, my camera is like fucking so slow. I have no clue what is going on here. So, we're coming right back upfield. I think we're playing center a little too much. We don't really have too many sight lines right here from the center area. Maybe just like a little slit there. Maybe kind of suppress his right wall a little bit. But for this left heavy push, which I think is the right way with the height advantage you get with this jump up, we definitely shouldn't have been as focused up. Even just up along the walls, we should be kind of fanning out and trying to get more picks here. We only have one out of base, I believe. Yep. We only have one straggler out of base. He's just hitting a far right flank to get back in. We just need to be getting some better positions here. And one of the main things I think that was kind of an issue for us is we're just, and this is kind of an issue in a lot of the raids we're having, we're just stacking too much on one side. We need to be playing angles, but this is not really like playing angles, playing middle and left. We're not really getting them any different angles here. And I think that's kind of one of the main issues we're running into in this raid. As you can see, their literal entire lineup just shifts to this wall. They don't even have to worry about the other side. They have one dude down in armory, and then they got one dude up here watching this side. The rest of their team is just sitting this wall. And it just makes it extremely hard, one, to get picks, and then two, I mean, to capitalize off it. You could see, yeah, this was me and Corn King right here on the wall, just trying to make a push. We get one, but then like they just all are just gonna rotate over. It's just very hard to capitalize when their whole team can just, you know, rotate immediately right over. And boom, we are absolutely chalked here. So we just have to, we just gotta kind of fan out. We gotta not be just kind of, I guess I hate to say it, but kind of just getting average down the field without getting much damage. Because of this, we just like stand absolutely no chance, just getting collapsed on. Now Now we do have some guys trying to make a good flank here, and Timmy and Kron, they're attempting, but you know, the way we get pinched here on this wall, they're just essentially just going to get pinched right here again. And you see Enigma's just completely just rotating to block off anything. Kron's getting shot from the tower above. We just essentially stand no chance on that push either. Now, this next push is where we actually can kind of break through here. And just to kind of show the difference of what's happening. So this time we have 3 people going far right. You can see we have someone kind of goes in. I think it might be Timmy. Yeah, Timmy goes in. He does manage to get a trade here, almost 2. Would have been a pretty big play, but we just need to get some people over here on this side and just stack up together. Which I think was kind of our issue, like throughout the raid. I've noticed a lot of times people are just trying to make solo plays, I think, too much. And you'll see when we do take the base, a lot of it had to do with just we all held hands in different places, essentially. Now, right here is where the push starts, so we do take the base. You can see we got some guys over there far right. Got some dudes here on the left. Me and Corn are trying to work this left wall. And we're just playing it patiently, right? Corn's trying to watch that sniper tower angle. I'm cutting off the sniper tower angle and just watching the guys that are going to try to commit to him. Boom, I call out that guy's one. Corn gets up and gets him. And then reinforcements are here. We got Taishi, we got Rogue back there. I believe that's Joe right there. So we know we can kind of push our advantage here now. We got the reinforcements. I'm trying to watch this sight line so that these guys can push up. Because that was definitely an issue for us a lot of this time. It's a sniper tower. And the main thing is we're kind of being patient but also pushing our advantage here. We're trying to all push together, baiting and switching out non-stop. And the main thing, just trying to get in before these spawners get back. Now, this is where the good play essentially kind of happens here. Is while we're doing this, you know, we're calling out that they're rotating. The thing a lot of times with these higher level raids I've realized is teams will just rotate very, very quickly to try to kind of fill up any gaps if people are dropping like they're dropping on this jump up. You see a lot of their players just, and I apologize for this camera, this is actually crazy. A lot of their players just are leaving their positions elsewhere on the wall. Now this guy gets just caught sleeping. This guy tried coming back to help out, but he was too late for our first guy coming up on the wall, which is Timmy. And then we got guys pouring in through the courtyard because they know we're making a lot of noise here on this wall and still making a lot of noise. Now, we do have people, so we have people coming in through the courtyard, both of which make pretty decent plays, I think. Kron just sees that they need help over there. He's coming for that. Meanwhile, Fudd knows that we're taking this fight here on the wall, and he tries to make a pinch there. So we're just getting 2 pinches right off of this. We end up killing rockets. Just here to get these guys. Just to go back a little bit, I could show you on the right side flank where our 3 guys were, just being patient, just putting shots down on the wall. And then you'll see simultaneously they all kind of realize, okay, we can push our advantage here. Timmy was very quick with it, which I think we need to be quicker, the same way he was quick right here, to just get right up on the wall. I believe it wasn't Sir Fudd, I believe it was Fox. I do kind of like this spot that Fox takes. I think, though, it probably would have been better just to beeline it with Timmy right for the wall. I could see why top wanted to do damage a little bit back, too. I don't know where top just went. Oh, okay, so this is actually way further back. Apologies. Yep, so see, by the time Timmy's already in the base fighting, Top, who was a little delayed, he's already at the climb up. Just from that route that he took, he definitely staggered himself a lot more. So we need to just be quick and hold hands here. Like if the three of us just, well, you know, yeah, Top, Timmy, and Fox just push together, um, we wouldn't have had to trade out, I think, as much as we did in this whole situation. So we end up trading out on these towers. Just not all necessarily fighting the same thing anymore. We had a little moment where we were all fighting the same thing coming in that gate. And I think we just needed to keep that up a little bit more. Now, kind of going back to Top for a second. So we die up here in the tower. He sees the rocket is there. Now this is something that I have a bit of an issue with. Just a rocket across the base. I definitely understand the intention. I just think in terms when you pick up a rocket, you only have one bullet. I know you don't know that these guys are right below you, but we need to really treasure those power weapons, especially a rocket. Um, and in this situation, just guaranteeing one kill with that rocket is the most important thing that you can do. So we definitely just really had to focus on treasuring our utility, making sure that we are, playing our advantage with that. Now, kind of coming over here to this front gate push. So the base is still very heavily contested. Top is up there trying to put some damage in. Enigma's got, looks like 4 guys left. And we have a couple guys coming in down low. I believe it's Joe. Yep, Joe's back there, Rogue right here, and Taishi right in front of him. Now, right here, this was a bit of an issue, I would say. We're just kind of all splitting up a little bit too much. I think Rogue's taking a little too much time with the jump up. Joe is trying to help Taishi as best as he can. Taishi just kind of gets caught in a really bad position here. But it just generally, if you hear your teammates shooting their guns, I guess, we just really need to be locked in with what our teammates right next to us are doing. And, holding hands doesn't just mean running together with them. It means really trying to focus in on what they're shooting and all be focusing the same exact thing. And this is the one issue, Rogue, just one issue I have with the play here. Is just right here. You just need to know that we're shooting. You hear gunshots. We need to be looking at the same shots. And then I understand why you want to hide right here because you are weak. So I do definitely get this play a bit, but I would say there's still a lot of fighting going on. And instead of the sneaky play, I would recommend just trying to just stay holding hands, Like even if you just stayed out there with Joe while he was in the courtyard, just stay fighting that fight. Because, when you separate yourself like this, you could have not even got a trade right here. You fought 2 guys. This ended up being a very good trade for you, to be able to walk away with this. However, what I will say is, in the meantime, where you traded 1 for 1, while I am coming in the base, so me and Magic are holding hands. We see you guys coming in the base. We see the 3 of you are together. So right here, I'm seeing I got this gate with 4 people. I'm thinking, let's just all hold hands. I know they're all together. Let's just keep fighting the same things. So I'm looking up. I'm trying to fight that. I'm trying to fight this fight now. And me and Magic are just going to hold together and just try to live together. And you see they're just flooding us. At this point, I'm just trying to play for Magic. Now he's playing for me, as you'll see. So we're just playing for each other. So in the time, and right here I get that trade. So in the time you went 1 for 1, me and Magic essentially went 3 for 1 right down here, just with the trades. So it's always important to try to hold hands. You can really make a big, play out of it just by trading, better numbers. Just always try to focus on just being with your teammates. It's really one of the most important things. I mean, in Halo in general, but especially in these high tier raids, it's really, really hard to win a 2v1. Honestly, like almost impossible, it feels like. So you really got to, just focus on this teamwork. Here's another play where Magic, he just continues to hold, wait for a teammate. Corn comes into the rescue, and they are just immediately going to be holding hands, kill the rocket, and just everyone just playing together and trying to all get the same exact things. So this is really good plays out of us. At this point, we take the base. I think everyone did a pretty good job at spreading out. We could have been a little quicker, I think, maybe in kind of getting to different areas. But overall, I mean, Fox covers up this left jump up. Timmy's pretty much got the right wall. And then the rest of us are pretty much just kind of huddling up around this middle wall, just kind of checking all the angles. I think this is about the best that we could do with the amount of numbers that we had in here. And then what I will say is I know at this point, Timmy does make a good call out for Corn to go cover this. That's very good. We need to be filling all these kind of gaps. So it's just good awareness out of everyone. Good awareness out of Timmy for calling this out. Good awareness out of Corn for listening and coming out here. We just need to be filling all of the gaps on the wall. Just worry about every entrance. So you leave a gap, and it's gonna get filled right away a lot of times. Okay, let's see. Trying to think what else. So here is where I do have an issue with this one play. Now, I'm going to go ahead actually, really quick. I'm going to play this from Corn's perspective.
I think there's only one in cave.
Alright, we gotta play together. Joe, Void, and Taishi. We gotta play together.
Void, I'm there. Rogue, one's right below you. Nice.
Yeah, another one right below me as well.
That's good.
Someone's in
Nice,
the
nice, nice.
Very dead. One was behind. There's two behind.
It's alright, let's go in this right door. Let's go in this right door.
Oh, he's fucked.
We just gotta get in. We just gotta get in.
The sniper spawns in the
I'll take
back
these
left.
plates.
On the wall, guys, right wall. Right
On
wall.
Timmy, on Timmy's X, on Timmy's
He's
X.
literally standing on it. He's in, yeah, he's one
He's
shot.
X,
He's one
though.
shot.
in the base. I don't know where he is.
He's still one
They're
shot.
spawning on
dead.
flood.
Everyone in the
What is
front.
this?
Now, just to unpack that, okay? Just to unpack that. What happened there, right? And going back to the VOD, is Corn sees this guy go in the armory. He sees Foxtrot die. He doesn't know that this guy immediately gets traded out, right? So there's two different issues here. One, we need to be better at just calling out that the guy gets traded out. Somebody needs to call that out, that guy got traded out, because a guy in the armory is a big deal. We need to give that kind of reassurance when that happens, that, guy in armory is dead. You don't hear any call outs about that. So from Corn's perspective, it does look like, that doesn't get traded out. What I will say though, and Corn, this is a tip for you. Generally, just in Halo, it doesn't matter what game type or anything. If you really want to become a high level player, you need to become like a scholar of the kill feed. You need to really kind of lock in on the kill feed. You would have had the opportunity, I will say, just to kind of come back. And you can see it right here. Amplify kills Foxtrot and immediately gets traded out. So we do have to be careful with watching the kill feed. Make sure we are watching this. Because this could have been the indication. And you do hear Corn later in the clip say, "There's one in the base. I don't know where he went." So in all that time, right, where we're looking for this guy, we're unsure where this guy is. Turns out he's dead. Well, what happens while he's shifting over there is this dude comes right up through where he would have been able to see and immediately takes one of our top guns off the wall in the flank. So we lose one of our players, and essentially just a lot of time gets kind of wasted here just in looking for this. So just a lesson. I'm not calling you out in specific, Corn. This happens a lot to a lot of different people. Just kind of a lesson to take away. We need to recognize when people are getting traded out in bases. We need to be calling that out, and we need to be paying attention to the kill feed, and really kind of making sure we're taking in and processing the information from the kill feed. Um, this situation, and maybe Corn wouldn't have seen that guy jumping up from courtyard, but there's a possibility we could have even avoided losing Timmy here. Um, and the other thing, this guy actually almost kills Magic too. Magic does get him, but he's one shot here. So I mean, if he would have killed Magic too, that would have been pretty detrimental. Yeah, you see, Magic is absolute. So we just really have to be careful. Now, the other thing that you may have heard in the comms is I'm making the call out at this point that we need to play together. I'm talking to this group out here. I named them all individually. And I'm also making the call out that we need to focus on getting back to base. Because an issue right here, right, is we have this whole lane to the right, okay? And in a situation like this where we only have like 4 or 5 in base, we need to focus, like when we have a lane like this, on just hitting the lane and getting the base. With all of this cover here, these guys cannot kill us here. We can definitely all make it to base. And I'm trying to call that out. I took a look over. I know we don't have to take this fight. Void, I want to tell you, I love you, bro. Stop challenging. You are 3-shot, brother. Do not challenge that. We can get away here. And we lose 2 just essentially from just taking these fights that we did not have to take. We still get 3 back in base, but we just do not have to be taking those fights there. We had plenty of space, plenty of cover to get back in the base uncontested. So we do have to be taking that. We have to be taking these these routes just right back in. Now, let me see. Now, these next couple minutes, I do believe we just have pretty good just positioning all together. We have people going and covering this left side jump up. We have someone going up the tower. Me and Magic are covering this right side jump up together. Corn is sitting in the back. So this is good. We're watching all the entrances here. Kind of let them come in the main gate, but we clean these guys up soon. I definitely should not be jumping down there. That is one of my pet peeves when people jump into the courtyard, and I definitely did it a couple of times in this raid, so it's definitely something to try to look out for and avoid. Now, I want to say these 3 up here, I just wanted to give a little, shout out to you guys. I feel you guys played this very well. Joe, Rogue, and Foxtrot, you guys definitely all played this wall pretty well. You kept checking the front gate. You guys kept making sure coming out here and checking this. The only thing I would say is maybe a little more emphasis on checking that jump up. At least one of you should be looking a little bit more at that. So I do feel like we could have been a bit better in checking that. Outside of that, though, there's a lot of good team shots here. A lot of good teamwork. See, Rogue does check that, so that's great. I will say Kron plays a pretty risky position right here, and I'm pretty sure he ends up getting traded out right here because of it. Yep. Just actually not even traded out, just picked right off the wall. So we have to put ourselves like just walking in front of that when you don't have numbers. We don't really have our whole team in the base. It's just a very risky play, and we really have to be careful making plays like that. The other thing I would say is another good play that was made, and shout out again to Timmy. He made a pretty good call out for this. And this is what Enigma did as well. So just kind of seeing how our teammates play, or not our teammates, our opponents play their own map is a big deal. Because they put somebody right up here at the BR, and FUD takes this position up pretty well, and it is a very good spot for the BR player. So this was good awareness, to know to fill this hole.
You're quite lethal with that.
Now the only other thing I'd say that I may have just noticed there is, yep, Magic is covering this jump up. He dies here. And I'm immediately going to see that and just kind of start to cover this right side jump up. How we gotta kind of be playing it. I know that they're coming in that other jump up from a call out. And I think I could have been better here at checking this. Yup. So we're just kind of leaving that jump up open, and that one's on me. So being very fair, calling myself out as well. I've definitely made a good amount of issues I've noticed in this raid. And we're in courtyard. We just need to kind of be spreading out more. I think the reason I rotated back is because I was originally going to grab the sniper, and I think like 3 of us went for it right here. So we just need to be better at kind of calling out who's going to get these weapons and stuff. Because we leave this jump up open for kind of a while. Now it ends up working out. A lot of them are dead, so we do have kind of the time to go and do this, but we definitely need to be quicker at kind of getting back. I shouldn't have left this spot. Okay, let's see. I do believe at this point, yeah, Boyd, I'm watching you, buddy. I'm watching you. Stop challenging. Stop your challenging, Void. I love you. You're an incredibly skilled player. Stop challenging. Please. I see it all the time. Another kind of thing that was a little bold. I did notice FUD up here. He comes up. He's hurt. This is a play you should never make. I have to kind of call it out. You have to be very careful jumping, especially off of the highest point in the base. And when you're hurt and there's a stalker rifle looking at you. If this stalker rifle player was closer and not so far back, you're definitely dead there. I mean, 1000% dead. You need to, if you're gonna leave the tower in that situation, you just need to slide right off. This was very bold, very, very risky. And the other thing, you kind of put yourself in a position where now you're going down the courtyard, and you're kind of just lucky there's not anyone else here. Now, I think one of the issues here, so I do see plenty of players going cave side. Yup, I know that there's people going cave. I call out, there's another guy going cave. Call out another guy going cave. And at this point, I think this is when the Warthog starts to go cave. So we're calling out that there's people cave.
Up. I think I should move it back just a little bit.
I don't know how that party chat came unmuted. That was really weird. So at this point, we know people are going cave. I see the Warthog is going cave. Just kind of calling that stuff out. And we just over-rotate cave. I mean, we have 3 people back there. We have more going to help. And we're just leaving stuff open. I mean, we just totally leave that jump up. We don't really have anyone kind of even watching the courtyard right now. And because of that, Joe dies right there on the wall. And then the one thing I would say about this, maybe Joe, and I don't really think this was your fault. Just considering the way, I just think we just all over rotate and over focus cave, which really we can't be putting like 4 or 5 people looking cave. You know, it's only one entrance out of 5, right? At least 5 kind of main entrances. So we just need to kind of be spread out, be calm, and just not overcommit to one kind of place. What I will say, Joe, is if you're coming this way, and from your perspective, right, you do look, you need to see right here what needs to be going through your mind is not, oh, we're all going cave, let me look cave, right? It has to be, I trust my teammates cave, where is the hole, okay? The hole is right here, all right? They left, you need to see the gap and just fill it, you know? Instead of looking cave here with the rest of the team, you need to be filling the gap. If you do approach this looking at the jump up, maybe you still lose a gunfight, but at least it's a fair gunfight. This gunfight right now, boom, he's got 3 shots in you before you even get the first BR burst off. It's over, you know. You kind of just stand no chance in that fight at that point. So it needs to be first nature kind of when we're approaching these jump ups. Just be ready for people to be coming up the jump ups. There's a couple times like right here, I see that, and then immediately I'm still kind of watching this because nobody is watching this jump up. Just trying my hardest to help out over there, and then immediately, never mind, I'm getting some thoughts out here, and this was a horrible play by me. I should have definitely get punished right here. Like I said, we should not be jumping down to the courtyard. I'm overcommitting. I should have definitely been punished for this. And again, here's with the overcommitting to cave. We already got 2 people here. It's a pretty narrow entrance, and both of our guys are pretty much full health. We don't need to be rotating to cave. We need to just be filling the gaps.
No
And
substitute
just
for
seeing
hot metal.
exactly where we need to be. Again, I'm going back up. I'm nading it just in case they're there, and immediately just checking the jump up. And that's kind of what I was talking about, Joe. Like when you're approaching a jump up, you just really want to like check it immediately. Or you know, you're running to a place on the wall where there is a jump up, just immediately be checking where you're looking. Now, let me see. Sorry, I do have some notes, which is why I kind of be jumping around in very specific ways. Void, I love you, brother. I feel like you're looking for fights a little bit. I feel like you are, bro. I feel like you see the team. See a team pushing this way, you just need to kind of go right with them. Look at the way we're rotating right. We're trying to make a hard right push, and you're just kind of flaring out left. You got to know that their whole team's spawning there. You're kind of just poking the hornet's nest. There's a difference between kind of defensively working your way back in the field and getting back to base. I mean, not getting back to base. Defensively working your way back in the field and just aggressively kind of looking for fights. So I do think you gotta tone it back a little bit, bro. I just giving you some genuine advice there. Now, kind of going ahead a little bit. Let me see. I could have definitely done a better job at this jump up, but you'll notice every time I kind of approach it, I'm just nading it. I'm just getting ready for somebody to be there. Me and Magic are kind of rotating in and out of the courtyard and the jump up. Just communicating what we're looking at. And I believe I die here to a pretty cheeky jump up. Yeah, I'm not totally sure how he did that. Okay, so he does have a repulsor, so that makes sense. I did not hear it. He gets me. He immediately gets traded out though, and just again with the kind of filling the gaps thing. This is awful. I don't know why this camera is so slow. So again with the filling in the gaps, we're doing very good at filling in the gaps on this wall. But immediately when I die, we need to be kind of looking at this jump up. We're just kind of leaving this open. Especially while there's people still on this side.
Double kill.
So somebody needs to be rotating and kind of picking that up. And essentially kind of walk in for free, but we do end up getting them here and clearing them out. Now, eventually, I do think it is right here. Yep. So Void sees this, and this is very good awareness from him. Pulls right over and is trying to cover this jump up now. Him and Magic realize. But it's just kind of little gaps like that, like the 30 seconds where no one on the team is kind of covering a gap. Those are the times that will completely fuck you in a raid. And we need to just be better, I think, as a team, just rotating and just realizing what gaps need to be filled. I think that is kind of going to be one of the main growing points that we have to overcome to become like an elite kind of raid team. Now, let me see. See what else happens. Now, this is all pretty good. We are... My thing is just like glitching out so hard, dude. Now we got a pretty good hold here. We're still watching everything pretty good. This guy does come back cave, and I think he kills 2 of us. We do need to just be a little closer, but he did have the heat wave there, so it's, you know, it's just unfortunate. But this is a good work out of Joe to rotate back there and get him. And the rest of us kind of turn our attention and get this guy. Now, one of the main issues I think I had here, and you know, I don't actually think this was Rogue or who else was here. This might actually be me, even, to be honest. I think it is me. So we get this guy, and we just need to be, again, and you know, I'm kind of stressing the same point in this whole raid, but we need to be very aware of the gaps. If people are rotating out, like Joe was watching that jump up, and someone else, yeah, a couple of the people down here were watching this jump up just right before that. So we have this jump up covered. We have multiple people kind of covering it. Let me see who it was actually. It was Fox. So he is covering this jump up. This is very good. Falls down. Now he's fighting another battle. And immediately we're just getting collapsed in on from that jump up. So we need to really be stressing these rotations. We need to be telling people when gaps are opening up. Because Rogue and I didn't even really look. I mean, we're killing this guy. We think that this jump up is covered. So we're not even looking to see that that gap just opened up. So we really just need to be communicating when these gaps are opening up. We need to be communicating these rotations. Because if not, we just get put in just little situations like that will really pile up. And we don't even really... It seems like we didn't even really get it communicated that this guy even jumped in the base and was in the armory. Just to verify. Let me see. 1 minute.
Down,
It's
down.
alright. It's going. 1 hour and 4 minutes.
Wow, what is that timer? 20 seconds?
Push is next.
How
You
many
made
did
it.
we have on the right?
Like right above the main gate.
They are beaming me from you, by the way.
Don't eat. Nobody
Here,
eat
he's
this
One
one.
shot now, Gordon. He's one shot.
One fire left
Absolute,
side.
absolute.
Stop. You gotta push that guy. Gotta get that kill.
Oh, there's a guy in base. There's a guy in bottom floor. There's a guy in
He's
bottom
one
floor.
shot. He's one shot. One shot on
You
corner.
gotta push that guy. You gotta push that guy. Here's being
He's
called
on
out.
the-
Guy back cave. Trying to get
Two
that
on
guy
front
back
door.
Yeah,
cave.
he's
Get
back.
Sit
in
down,
this
sit
pod.
down.
Top, get in this pod. Go, 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 go.
Stop,
Right,
And then
right,
at
right,
this
right.
point is when somebody's jumping in, right? Taishi's
That's
going
what I'm
to
saying.
jump
Tower.
in.
Rockets on re-up.
Fuck, they're in the armory.
In that back
They're in
room.
armory.
So Fox
armory.
hears this
Come
guy
on,
out
left side.
armory.
Magic
So
behind
this
you guys.
actually is called out good that the guy is in armory.
I hate this terrain, Void. I'm
Someone
sorry.
else is in base.
Yeah,
Someone
you know,
else is in base front door.
Get out, Void.
So this is a good call out that the guy was in armory. So we need at this point to be focusing this guy. Because what happens is we kind of just we don't focus him. And he gets rockets. It ends up kind of working out because we end up getting the rockets, but we just need to be quick with the callouts. Need to be quick with processing the callouts, and we just can't let gaps open up like that without kind of calling it out. Now at this point, the raid is pretty much, this is the very last push that they have. And everything is pretty good at this point here. Just kind of checking all the angles. And that's game over. The only other thing I would like to say, I watched some of the routes that people were taking back to base. And just one thing that kind of stuck out, I feel like just as like a perfect example almost of how we need to be getting back to base, right? So when we're spawning on this right side, so this is a split spawn base. So there's a right side and a left side. You want, in this situation, the important thing is really just getting back to base. There's 3 minutes left. We want to just be getting back to base. We don't necessarily be wanting to take these fights as much. So I definitely see the intent here. I feel like this wasn't too bad. I definitely see the intent overall. I will say though, I do think the right play in this situation, right, would essentially be right here on this life. So he spawns here, so you just see the last 2 lives. He kind of was looking for fights a little bit. This life, he just realized, okay, I spawned right. Let me just go right. I'll get the flank on anyone pushing right, and then boom, he just gets in for free pretty much. And we just have another defender to work with. Because of that, boom, he's the one that kills the rocket guy in armory. And, we get to avoid a pretty bad situation. So just overall, when you're getting back to base, there will be times when you want to spawn brawl. There'll be times when it's pretty good to kind of intercept the enemy. But just we need to know when we need to get back to base and when it will be good to just kind of have those numbers. So yeah, as kind of just the main basic gist. I hope there's a lot of decent lessons in here. I'm still pretty new to this VOD review for raids, so I'm still learning as I go. I saw a lot of mistakes that I did. I don't want to come across as I'm calling anyone out. I tried calling everyone out pretty evenly. I feel like we all made very good plays. We also all had like our mistakes here and there. But it's kind of part of the learning process. And the main thing that we need to focus on is just calling out when we're rotating. And just keeping an eye on all the gaps and making sure every gap is filled. That is the thing that's going to like make or break us at this level. So overall, very good. Very pleased with the final like 15 minutes of this raid. I hope you guys can find some pretty good lessons here from this. Thank you very much.